Henry turns it up to the 15. Henry to the 10. Henry to the 5. Henry to the end zone. That is the king. Touchdown! Titans for the 90th time in his career. Derrick Henry has run it in.
All right, Laser Light Show, please and thank you. Let's do it.
Breaking sports news on 104.5 The Zone.
Why is Creed still in the background of this?
Just let it play.
Okay. Per Adam Schefter with it first. Former Titans running back Derrick Henry is signing a 2-year deal with the Baltimore Ravens. $16 million deal, worth up to $20 million, including $9 million fully guaranteed. According to Schefter, the King now will play in the Queen City. Aren't you glad you don't have the Ravens on the schedule this year? No, thank you. It's been trending this way since October, guys, you know? For those of you who remember us coming in here right around the trade deadline and me telling you, hey, this Derrick to the Ravens thing is real, it didn't end up happening. The reasons for it have been, I don't know, there's been rumors about ownership stepping in and preventing a Derrick trade. There's been discussions about compensation. None of it's really ever been verified. Other than if you're Titans ownership, it's fair to assume that you wouldn't want Derrick Henry moved in a season where you know you're going to be godforsaken, and the only way you can sell tickets is getting people to show up to watch Derrick Henry's potentially and ultimately final Titans season.
But in hindsight, you wonder what compensation you would have gotten for shipping Henry to Baltimore when that was going to be the end result anyway.
I'm dying to know.
Mm-hmm.
I never found out. All I heard from, and it was Henry's camp that I was hearing it from. Basically, everybody, he's an economy unto himself. So everybody whose job is tied directly to Derrick Henry was preparing to spend a good part of last season in Baltimore because the Ravens had continued to explore trade possibilities for him at the deadline.
I mean, he told Bussin' with the Boys it was close.
Oh, did he say it?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Oh, I don't remember the audio of Derrick on Bussin'. But so okay, his voice on it too. He knew. I mean, he knew, obviously.
He said it was close.
Well, now it's not close. It's done. Derrick Henry's going to be a Baltimore Raven, the latest Titans legend to go play for Robert Walsh's Ratbirds. Where's Bert? Is he here?
He's already texted us.
Did he leave for the day?
He texted us after correcting you on your Zaire Franklin, Zamir White thing. He said,
thank you. Home. Always there for me, Bert. Thank you.
He's home, baby, in all caps.
Well, he's not home. Home would have been the Jags. Home would have been Dallas. This is different. Now, this is what Derrick gets. He gets the ability to contend for a Super Bowl. He gets the ability to go to what is arguably the second best team in the AFC right now, second only to Kansas City. You could make the argument for the Bengals, but the Bengals got some stuff to figure out. The Bills are obviously in salary cap hell and trying to work their way through it. So as they capitalize on the window, Baltimore does the thing that makes the most sense for them. They add a premier running back for a system that he is going to be as dangerous and as viable in as any he has been since Arthur Smith was here in 2020.
What would that have looked like in the AFC Championship game? Would there have been more of a commitment to the run game with
How
Henry?
many carries did Gus Edwards get?
Oh, it was
like 4 or 5?
Like 3, and he was averaging like 9 yards per carry.
Derrick Henry doesn't get 3 carries in any game.
No. I mean, Lamar had like 8. And it was the biggest criticism of the Ravens in that game was the complete departure from the run game from Todd Monken.
You thought there was coping happening in the F&M Bank chat when Danico Autry signed with the Texans. Look at him now. Somebody, Lowdown 612 on YouTube. Why not just go to Dallas?
It is brutal. It is brutal that it came down to the two like most hurtful places he could go. An AFC South team that Henry has shredded over the years, and the Baltimore Ravens joining the likes of McNair and Mason.
Samari Rolle, former Titan, gone to the Ravens. There's been other names on the list, of course, that have hurt, but I don't know. Did McNair people who were here when McNair was here, I didn't cover Steve, obviously. And I know Derek Mason very well. I know he still deals with a lot of heat from Titans fans about being both the franchise's career receiving leader for the Titans and the Ravens, as a matter of fact. That's not a record that's been broken in Baltimore yet either. So Derek Mason still gets a fair amount of heat for that. I think Titans fans are a little more kind to Samari Rolle as far as his legacy here. But I don't know somebody who covered the team during the McNair era would be able to speak on this better than I. But I don't know if there's a Titan that hurts worse going to the Ravens more than Derrick Henry. Because the McNair thing, it was at its end and it didn't last very long in Baltimore. Derek Mason was obviously still very, very viable, helped the Ravens compete at a high level. I believe, did he play in a Super Bowl with Baltimore? I know they were at least in an AFC Championship game with Flacco. Anyway,
Timmy Puka in the F&M Bank chat saying it was by far McNair more painful to see McNair in a Ravens jersey.
Yeah, I defer to Titans fans on that. I won't speak to your pain.
But you haven't seen Henry in that jersey yet, other than the Adam Schefter photo edit.
Oh, is there a photo edit?
Yes. So we'll see. Or I don't know if Schefter put it out, but I've seen one.
Well, people have been waiting. You've had a year to prepare for this.
Yeah, until people see it in person. I don't know how you'll truly feel. Oh, I'm sad.
Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened, yeah? Is that soothing anybody today? Probably not.
Thankful. Titans fans are thankful that the Ravens are not on the schedule this year.
Yeah, you're damn right. Because if I'm Derek, I'm running through a mother bleeper's face at every opportunity that I get. God help you, Jeff Simmons, if you run into Derrick Henry at some point in the near future. Jeff's never had to tackle something like that before. It's a lot. He can forklift Quentin Nelson all he wants. Having to tackle Derrick Henry is a grown man feat.
DeMario says, we knew it was coming, but it still doesn't feel good. Chad asking why we're acting surprised. Nebraska Matt says, thank God it's not Houston.
Well, we don't keep reading the F&M Bank chat because there's people threatening self-harm, and I don't know whether we should report those things or not.
So $9 million guaranteed fully in 2024, according to Albert Breer.
Now, when I had checked in on Derrick's situation this morning, the discussion because basically I had sent a couple of texts out. We saw the initial reports of the Ravens offer lurking around $6.5 million a year. And so I had reached out with the idea of, hey, $6.5 million a year. How we feeling over there? And what I got back is it's going to be an issue because he being Derrick, will think he should get Pollard or Swift money. Now, ultimately, he gets Pollard or Swift money and then goes above and beyond to earn up to $10 million on that contract given the incentives, the incentive situation. But this was something that felt inevitable, like I said, since October when we first started to talk about this with you guys. So I feel like we've given you ample runway to prepare. But now that it is officially over, I don't know. We've already kind of done the Derrick Henry Titans career eulogy show, Lucas. I don't know that we need to do it again. But if you are somebody who wants to remember Derrick Henry or chime in on the idea of the most hurtful losses going from Titans to Ravens in Titans history, because there have been a few notable ones, we can talk about that. 615-737-1045 is the number if you want to interact. It's the natural progression that these things should take. You don't hardly ever get a player who gets to end his career in the same place that he started. I know a lot of you wanted Derrick to be different. Derrick is different, but not for those reasons. At 30 years old, on the wrong side of 30 years old, and in a running back market that I think was helped by not the best running back draft class coming up, Derrick Henry gets financially what he deserves, and from a competitive standpoint, what he deserves. Because there is no disputing that the Ravens should again be in the AFC Championship game, and Derrick Henry should be a big part of that.
Do the Titans have a move today to put some gauze on the wound? of Henry signing with the Ravens.
I don't think, we talked about the L'Jarius Sneed buzz earlier being as loud as it's ever been. Even if they do pull that off, I don't think that makes Titans fans feel better about Derrick Henry being in purple and, is it purple and gold or purple and black? Either way.
Purple and gold. Where are you getting gold?
They have gold. Don't they have those? They have those hideous alternate uniforms that they wear with the gold outlined purple, all purple like matte, and then gold outlined numbers. There's gold in the Ravens uniforms. Either way, we don't have to dispute that. We'll take your phone calls on Derrick Henry going to the Ravens. How does that affect the competitive balance in the AFC? We'll talk about it next.